Stavi, baby. Esteemed guest, Eldis, you dirty little Albanian. Got a problem, needing some advice.
Can you put it
about
loud?
2 weeks ago, I ended up realizing that I had a drinking problem.
Nice.
So I checked myself into AA. I ended up getting a sponsor who is also my coworker. And I thought he'd be a perfect fit because he's been sober for a long time. And it's no secret, it got around the office that I might have developed a drinking problem. So anyway, I was going good
That's
for about a
always a
week.
good sign when your fucking
and my
coworkers
sponsor,
can
aka
tell.
my coworker, told me, hey, keep it really close to you, keep it confidential. I don't want, anything getting out, basically, in regards to him. And I thought he meant through the meetings and stuff like that. And I told my best friend at work, who's been my best friend for years now, he knew I had a drinking problem, so I had told him that I had checked myself into AA, and that name, other employee, was my sponsor. Well, my best friend ended up bringing it up to my sponsor, saying how proud he was of me, and, thank you for sponsoring my friend and getting him help. My sponsor totally flipped out, said that he didn't want anyone, knowing about our arrangement, about him being my sponsor, and told me that I needed to lie and say I made it all up, that he wasn't my sponsor because he's embarrassed about, his situation. And I just kind of feel kind of butthurt right now. I didn't think I was breaking any super secret AA rule. Everyone at work also knew that my sponsor was in AA. So I don't know why he freaked out. And I thought it was kind of weird that somebody in AA would have me lie. Especially my sponsor. So now I'm kind of having regrets about even going to AA. Should I stick with it? Should I get a new sponsor? Or should I just say, screw it and, find something else? Anyway, any advice would be greatly appreciated. And love you, buddy. Thanks. Bye.
I mean, there's a couple weird things going on here. Well, first of all, I see why you're butthurt, obviously. First of all, congrats for getting, trying to get help for what's going on. That's the most important thing, realizing you have a problem, taking steps for it. Definitely don't give up on AA, right? That's for sure, especially if it feels like it was working for you, but your sponsor was weird. Let's look through this situation. I mean, look, he did ask you not to say anything to anyone.
It's
right?
anonymous.
It's really not their business. It's good that you got into AA. I mean, I think if you told your friend that you were getting into AA, they wouldn't have been like, so who's your sponsor, right? You probably did kind of offer that up for no reason.
You know who it is? It's Larry, of course.
And at the same time, whatever, you made a mistake. That's okay. I get why he's annoyed. I will say that. Now, telling you to lie about it is insane.
Yeah.
It's if you kind of do something weird to someone, you don't just then, you can't, you didn't do something that bad, especially if it's just your best friend. You could say, you could even have been whatever, oh, he got me into it, I misunderstood being a sponsor, whatever. Lying to make up the whole thing is kind of crazy. He shouldn't be your sponsor. I mean, clearly you guys are off on a weird, wrong foot. This is the sponsor, from what I understand, but from my friends who have been in it, that's somebody you can call no matter what, somebody who's there for you. And I think you're right, a sponsor reacting this way when you disappoint them is a bad sign. At the same time, you probably shouldn't have said shit. He did ask you to fucking keep it, and you didn't. I don't really understand why you needed to say it. You probably were you might have just been caught up every time something new and cool is happening. Every time someone's on a new diet or a new workout plan, they just got a new fucking car. You can't stop talking about it. Mm-hmm. I think you were probably caught up in that excitement of turning your life around, being in an AA, where you're I want to tell everybody about every little part of it, right? But still, a mistake that you made he shouldn't have doubled back and kind of made you feel like that much of a dickhead. I also don't know the rules of AA. Maybe you did break some kind of crazy rules of but just as people, I'm telling you, when somebody makes a mistake and the other person is flips out and is you have to lie about that. That's weird.
That's weird.
That's weird.
I mean, he exposed his secret. I'm a comic book guy, right? Maybe that's why. But he exposed his secret identity. He had a secret identity of being.
He didn't.
He was secretly.
No, they knew he was in AA. They didn't know he was a sponsor.
Oh.
So
I mean, it's still wrong though. He
Yeah,
did-
I feel like the guy might be like, "Don't tell people I'm Superman."
right.
You gotta lie and say that I'm not Superman.
Sure, but it's not though. It's not Superman. You know what I
No,
mean?
it's not very different.
No, yeah.
It's very different, sure. But
Sure, if it was Superman, totally different ballgame,
Yeah.
and I agree with you, Greg.
Yeah.
You shouldn't tell Lex Luthor who this guy, that it's really Clark Kent. But you did you did do something a little wrong here. Let's say that for sure. I'm not going to completely absolve you here because you didn't really need to tell your friend. You could have just told your friend you were in AA. They don't need to know. Like, I have friends in AA. I do not know their sponsor's name. You know what I
Right.
mean? Or even if,
I don't know my dad's sponsor's name.
Really?
I don't know. Why would I know?
Does he in AA?
Oh yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, see that? He doesn't know his
Maybe I'm
fucking
supposed to
dad's-
not tell people that. I think.
Oh, fuck, bleep it out.
It doesn't matter. I'm not an AA. What are they gonna do? Throw me out? I'm already out.
You're right. But yeah, I would say don't give up on it. It does suck I think you're probably feeling everything is a little more emotional when you're making a big change too. Like whenever I'm trying to get my life around, it's really easy for me to like fall back into bad habits. Like I look for any excuse. Don't let this be an excuse. You're doing something good here.
I gotta know where these guys work. It seems like overall it just feels very out in the open.
Yeah.
He's
That's
like,
a good point.
I work with my best friend, and I'm getting sponsored by a coworker who's not my fucking best friend, just like another coworker. He's like very, very.
And everyone knows you have a drinking problem. It's the kind of workplace like he's fucking drunk again. Yeah, what is this?
Podcast.
Yeah, I mean, if it's not podcaster, truly, this is the industry where it's like, be on heroin for all I care. Just do your job. Like legit, if our video editors, if they are on ecstasy, I have no idea. And it by the way, doesn't matter to me. Do whatever the fuck you want. Just turn in the fucking clips on time. Yeah, that's a great. Where the fuck do they work? But anyway,
I do hear like sort of a cavalier quality in his voice where it's like, I believe he has a drinking problem, and I'm not saying he's like, pussy on the AA scale, but I'm wondering if his sponsor has like a much worse drinking problem or something under his belt than this guy. And it just like that just makes it sting a little more personally for the sponsor dude that he's like doing this AA faux pas.
I don't. Yeah, that's part of the problem here is we don't know the culture of AA because we don't know of how big of a faux pas this is.
Yeah.
I'm just saying from the idea of like a guy asked you to do something, you did not do that. He got mad at you. His response was not, in my opinion, proportionate to your sin, and the fact that the relationship you're supposed to have is of someone who's going to support you through potentially making some mistakes. This is not a good match, right?
Yeah.
I'm just looking at it from those simple terms. I don't know the whole AA bullshit. I don't know. I'm not going to rank their drinking problems like Eldis is for some reason with no information whatsoever.
Just something in his
something
voice.
that he feels from the guy's voice. I'm not going to engage in that kind of speculation. I'm just saying, I think
Eldis really ran the song on
the
that
shooting
one.
from the hip, which I respect.
Eldis'
just
work
think-
was interesting. Too. It was like that was a heat check.
Eldis makes the good workplace observation. It's like, and by the way, here's some. I'm emboldened by the positive feedback from my last point. Here's a little something else I was kind of skittish about sharing, but now I'm gonna let loose on.
And I imagine you three aren't empaths the way I am. But from the timbre in his pitch, I did detect 1,000 different things.